Kudos to all my listening fellow, and welcome again to another session with Make Nigeria Not Happen to You. May Nigeria not happen to you. Today I'm not going to be taking any news because there is no need. The more you open the newspaper, the more you find bad and sad news. But today I want us to have an honest conversation, what I would likely call a one-on-one conversation with ourselves. Today I want us to look at each other in the eyes and see if we are telling ourselves the truth or if we are vehemently lying to ourselves. Today I want us to sit down and listen to our own thoughts, to our own emotions, to our own sense of reasoning, and ask ourselves just one gospel and one truthful question. Are we lying to ourselves, or are we telling ourselves the truth about the situations of things right now? Today I want us to begin to develop the mindset of reasoning properly. Because when the brain is empty, there is nothing actually good that can come out of such a person. Today I want us to sit back and begin to tell ourselves it's time to start developing our brain, it's time to develop our courage. Today I want us to put an end to oppressing our fellow brothers and sisters both online and offline. For all Nigerians in Nigeria at the moment, today I want you to break the yoke of looking at other Nigerians in foreign countries as those who are doing well and seeing yourself as failures. Because the truth is majority, I can tell you for a very fact that I have studied and I have understood myself. Majority of Nigerians living in diaspora are actually not doing well. Majority of Nigerians living in diaspora are actually not doing fine. Because we are taking this same mindset we had in Nigeria and we are taking it and spreading it around the world. This mindset of wanting to impose our own views on others when we cannot impose that same views in Nigeria. This same view of rule and conquer when we cannot rule and conquer where we are coming from. These same views of deceiving ourselves, thinking that we have a lot to offer. I tell my fellow Nigerians every day I see them, they are honest and the gospel truth. We are just repackaged aboki. You know this aboki that serves us, iron condemn and the rest. That is who we are in diaspora. The only difference is that our own fashion of aboki is the one that wears suits and wear ties and buy cars because it is affordable from the little income we earn. The only difference is that our own aboki lifestyle is a touche aboki lifestyle. We are no different from the bricklayers in Nigeria. Because if you study properly and you reason properly, when you are exporting abroad, you are exporting things that are of value, not things that are of less value. Majority of Nigerians in diaspora, sit back and ask yourself this question. If we were to tell ourselves the truth, how many of us are actually needed where we are today? How many of us are actually doing things that we are happy doing? The answer is none. Sometimes we pat ourselves in the back and we tell ourselves, oh, they need us. You must know today you are not needed. I was speaking to a fellow and he said, oh, it is the money that the immigrants pay as tax that these countries are using to build themselves. If it is that money, why are they bringing immigration policies that will send you back to your country? You think it is your 400 pounds, 500 pounds you pay monthly to the government that they are using to build their country? What would you say about footballers who are earning 300,000 pounds a week and paying a tax of almost 120,000 pounds? That is a man of high skill value. You are just a middle class. If I put it in a middle class, it's like giving you privilege. You are a low skilled person. that was brought into the country because of a shortage need, and now that need is no longer relevant. It is painful because I heard the other day that our president traveled to Brazil. What my friend in Abeokuta, we always call Ajala the traveler, to go and woo Nigerians and tell the international communities that corruption is gone. Meanwhile, corruption has tripled under this same administration. You see, whatever we are facing in Nigeria right now is a result of our doings, either knowingly or unknowingly. Silence from an individual can cause more harm than speaking out. When you see a corrupt government and you are like, just keep quiet, not just talk, it simply means that you are supporting that government. So the government of Nigeria today is a true reflection of Nigerians. There is actually no difference between the government of today and Nigerians themselves. We are all the same, it's just that we are operating in different terrains. The government of Nigeria is operating locally and living large, spending both locally and internationally. While some of us who are able to escape, are operating internationally and living large locally. That is just the gospel truth. The government of today has found a way to capture power by force, telling every Nigerian that we are blockheads, telling every Nigerian that we are stupid, that we are fools, and that is the gospel truth. Irrespective of the country you find yourself today. It is very, very sad indeed to know that those who have no business with power, those who are ill-educated, are ruling over those who are educated. And we are clapping hands for ourselves that we left the country. That's actually a disgrace to ourselves. How do you go and tell Nigerians that the country is going on a right track? You don't need to tell Nigerians in diaspora. They know. Nigerians in diaspora, they send money home almost on a daily basis. Nigerians in diaspora are aware of everything. I will give you an example. Let's say 2 years ago, a successful son in diaspora was sending his parents maybe 30,000 naira monthly. And now that money has tripled to almost 100,000 naira. And at the end of the day, when that person sees what the parents get for his or herself, he noticed that the value of what that currency has converted into is actually 3 times less than the value it was 2 years ago. It has already given him an idea of what the economy of that country looks like. So you are wasting your time going abroad telling people you are trying to convince Nigerians to come and invest back home. I must tell you, majority of Nigerians want to come home. But they know what's on ground. And that's why some of them prefer to stay where they are staying today. You must know, for those of us in the locals, for those of us who are still in Nigeria, because I still see myself as Nigerian and in Nigeria, that those abroad are not any better than you. I am telling you the gospel truth. They wake up every morning with anxiety. They wake up every morning because when you are operating in a terrain that is not yours, there is no how you will have peace of mind. They don't get sound sleep because they have to work almost, I see people working as high as 20 hours just to meet up. And at the end of the day, they are not able to. So do not envy those who are abroad. They are not doing better than you. The least you can do for yourself now is to summon the courage to speak, because these leaders will continue to thrive when a higher majority are silent compared to the voices of the minority. Voices like ours that are in minority will not be able to overpower the majority, and that is why we must keep speaking and trying to educate the ill-educated so that they become knowledgeable of the fact that Nigeria is ascending and descending at the same time and taking us into a, should I call it a curve of a damnation. Till we meet again, we will keep speaking truth to power. Kundus, once again.